Hi, kiddos. So how lucky are we that we made it through your material before our little virtual school program had to kick in? So you are in a really awesome position because right now we're going to really be focusing on just AP exam review. They may even possibly move the AP exam dates until the end of May if this continues to occur, and it may go virtual. We're not quite sure exactly what's going to happen, but I will keep you posted. So you may have seen that the average AP exam score for AP Environmental Science is pretty low. There's not a really high pass rate. And there's two things at play. First of all, I think that oftentimes students take this class as a senior, and at this point they've been accepted to college, and so they don't adequately prepare, or that the fact is this class is really a challenge and students may get complacent and not adequately prepare. So I want to give you the tools because I know as Canterbury students, whether you're a senior or a junior, that you are going to want to challenge yourself until the very end. So I'm going to try to give you the tools so that you can do that. First of all, let's talk about exactly what's going to be on the AP exam. So there's two major sections. There's the multiple choice section, or the we call it the MCQ, the multiple choice questions. And there's 80 of those. You have 1 hour and 30 minutes, and that acts as 60% of your exam score. In addition to that, there is a new change to the exam this year where there's going to be 5 questions that are going to be about whether or not you can analyze the source of information in a text-based question. And what that means is that they want to know if you can identify appropriate sources that will have reliable information, or sources that are going to probably be just opinion information. So for the FRQ, they have decreased the number of questions from 4 down to 3. So that's really good. That gives you a little extra time to spend on each FRQ question. The first type of question will ask students to design and analyze an investigation. The second type of question will ask you to analyze an environmental problem and then propose a solution, either using models or some sort of other representation. The third question will ask you to analyze an environmental problem and propose a solution using calculations. And so we'll be practicing some calculations here coming up, and we'll be talking about how to answer each one of those types of problems. So if you have questions about exactly what's on the AP environmental exam and I haven't answered them yet, please feel free to go to this link. And if you download the PowerPoint presentation from Cougar Campus, you'll have access to this. And check out the CED. So the CED kind of is an entire curriculum for the environmental science program. And if you want to know absolutely everything that the teachers are given in order to design your curriculum, I have posted that under the topics review in our AP Environmental Cougar Campus. So go to topics, go to review, and then there should be a link to have access to everything that I have. So they give all teachers access to this chunk of information. They're like, okay, this is everything that can possibly be on the AP exam. This is how you're supposed to design your curriculum. I have that document posted so that you can look at it in case you're worried about a particular concept or something, or if you want to flip through it and be like, oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. And if something looks like maybe you missed it along the way, you can please bring that up during class time, and we'll make sure we get that covered. When we are designing your curriculum, we're supposed to be looking at 4 major ideas, even though they've redesigned the AP curriculum this year, so it's not really 4 major units. They broke it back down into 9 smaller units that are a little bit more accessible for students. But up until very recently, they had 4 major units for the entire year, and they were energy transfers, interactions between Earth systems, interactions between different species in their environment, and then sustainability. This represents the units and the topic breakdown. So it also tells you the percentage of exam questions that you can expect on that particular unit or those topics. So for instance, Unit 1 is the living world and ecosystems, and that's where we talked about biomes, nutrient cycling, trophic levels, and food chains. Then Unit 2, the living world, was biodiversity. So it was biogeography, ecological tolerance, and adaptations. So all of these things we have covered unit by unit, but this goes along and just shows you kind of what to expect on the exam overall as far as topics go. So what makes this particular question more challenging than you would see on, say, like a freshman or sophomore biology test or environmental science test? It says, which of the following is a non-anthropogenic source of carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere, right? So the reason why this is challenging is because you have to know what non-anthropogenic means, and then you also have to be aware of the carbon cycle. So when you have a question that's multifaceted, it makes it a little bit more challenging for you to answer. Let's see if you can answer this one. I hope that you got the answer A. So some might say, well, isn't cellular respiration anthropogenic? Don't humans respire? Don't we breathe and metabolize? Absolutely. However, that is a life process, right? It's not a human process. And so anthropogenic means a human influence. So this is caused by human civilization and human progress. Photosynthesis absolutely does not fit the bill because it removes carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere. A coal-fired power plant, that's pretty much the definition of an anthropogenic source of carbon dioxide emissions. And then you may be confused about the hydrogen-powered cars. So let's think about that. How do you think we're going to make the car? How do you think that we're going to generate the hydrogen fuel? Most likely that's using an energy source that does have a basis in fossil fuels. Well, kiddos, I hope that you feel like you have a basis on what to expect from an AP exam. They have released a practice AP exam, and next week in one of our Zoom classes, we're going to make sure that you're ready and prepared to take that. But for now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to time yourself. I want you to give yourself 1.5 to 2 minutes to outline your response to the different parts of this question. And then I want you to give yourself 20 to 21 minutes to actually write the essay response. When you come to the next Zoom class, we'll actually review the rubric for this FRQ so that we can get a better idea of how these are graded and how you can make improvements in the future. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you real soon.